Hey, welcome back, everybody. Another webinar on deck. I'm here with Craig Henderson, our insurance specialist. Back here talking about cattle. Things are looking good. Craig mentioned to me the other day we were seeing some value in the cattle market. So, what kind of things are you looking at here, Craig?
Well, the first thing you want to look at, here's our monthly front feeder chart that we've gone back to 2013. When you look at most months right now, we're back in the low 260 range, with everything trading higher today. We're just at very historical highs, at historical highs. We just think it's a really good time for producers to start looking into risk management. A lot of the corn producers last year thought, corn was going to stay high forever. Now looking back, we all wish you would have done more, and we just don't want to miss this boat on the cattle. And we just think on the feeder cattle side that we really need to get some, protection into place long term so we can, keep going with the good times that we're having in the feeder cattle right now.
So, what sorts of protection are you looking at, or would you recommend for guys right now?
The biggest thing is I'm starting to look into January as I'm looking at right now. And so I'm looking at feeder cattle, on feed steers right here. So if you look out right now, you could get about a 244 coverage. This is about yesterday's pricing, for about $34 a head. We just think this is a very, very good value, to protecting, these feeder cattle. So when you look out at January, and I'm just using 800 pounders in this marketing program here, is, if we go back down to the 225 or 240s or 210s. With a simple program like this, we're still keeping these head at around $1,900 a head, of gross margin on these, and that's just a very good value. And that's just there's a lot of profit to be made yet. So we just think that looking down the road that this is just a very good value. And I keep saying that, but there's just a lot of money to be made at these prices, and we need to put some risk management in place.
Yeah, those are some pretty good points. Now, we all work together as a team over here. And from my side of things, we always ask if there's a way to kind of cheapen this thing up. And we know this might be attractive for some of the producers out there. If you're a grain producer, last year you might be familiar, we sold some puts against insurance levels. And you could do the same thing here on some of this feeder cattle coverage. And also pulling up a January options board here today, we looked at a 290, and you could collect around, $2.70 on those calls, which will bring your net cost of coverage down to about $1.58 on the 50,000 pounds. Now, keep in mind, Craig was showing 80,000, so a little bit of a mismatch in there, but you kind of get the idea. And then if you went up and even looked at selling a 280 call, you start to get to a point where you're offsetting your coverage completely. Now, we do need to point out that these are marginal positions, and then you also have to be willing to take, a 290 or 280 price for your feeder cattle. But for some guys out there, we just want to point that out. This is a good way to help offset some of those costs. So if you're considering anything like this, reach out to us. We're more than happy to help. Craig, you got anything else?
Yeah, the one last comment I'm going to make when you go back to that previous slide where you had the marketing plan on there, for that, when we're showing January feeders, feeder steers at 800 pounds and with 100 to protect, we can take this spreadsheet and we can make a lot of changes to this, and tailor it to what your needs are. So, if you have something different you want to see, if you deliver in November, or you have 500 head, or, whatever your scenario is, if you have 25 head, give me a call or give Patrick a call, and we'll put some stuff together on you on this so we can show you, where you can be, next January or February or whatever month you deliver your feeder cattle for, just to show you what's available and what it's going to cost you and what will happen with the prices going either direction.
Yeah, guys, don't hesitate either. One of our philosophies here is sell when you want to, not when you have to. And so it's always easier to make, marketing decisions when times are good. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to help and get these tailored, custom to your operation. Anything else, Craig?
Nope, that's it. And hopefully your planting season is going well. And for those of you who've been unfortunately to be on the wetter side, hopefully get some drier weather and you can finish up here in the next week or two.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be back with another update shortly.